In this video we are going to see everything you need to know about Spider-Man Miles Morales. Before getting into video, make sure to subscribe the channel and select bell icon for notifications.
Now it's your turn. Go be a hero, Miles.
Miles Morales is one of the biggest PS5 launch title Sony has announced so far. Marvel's Spider-Man reminded gamers that Batman isn't the only superhero that can carry a video game franchise. The next generation of PlayStation will launch with another testament to Spider-Man's viability as Spider-Man, Miles Morales debuts with the console. But what is Spider-Man, Miles Morales? Is it a sequel, or DLC? Spider-Man, Miles Morales doesn't make it easy to parse where it stands with the previous Spider-Man PS4 game. This follow-up to critically acclaimed Marvel's Spider-Man will be Insomniac's first major undertaking since being acquired by SIE back in February 2020. Currently, it is the PS5's biggest launch title and is clearly meant to entice gamers, who can't wait to start web-swinging and parkouring through New York City, with the next-gen graphics and vastly improved load times. First let us see Spider-Man Miles Morales, sequel to Marvel's Spider-Man. Following the announcement of Spider-Man, Miles Morales, there was a lot of confusion about the actual scale and scope of the game. Is it a direct sequel or an expansion of Marvel's Spider-Man? All of this uncertainty stemmed from a statement by SIE Europe head Simon Rutter, who told the U.K.'s Daily Telegraph, "I guess you could call it an expansion and an enhancement to the previous game." Hours later, Bloomberg's Jason Schreier reported that Spider-Man, Miles Morales was actually a brand new, standalone game and compared to the scope of Naughty Dog's Uncharted, Lost Legacy. These two contradictory statements have made the future of Spider-Man, Miles Morales a bit foggy. Not to worry, Spider-Man, Miles Morales will be a full game. In an Entertainment Weekly interview, the game's creative director Brian Horton said, "We really are completing this hero's coming of age in our game. It is a complete story. This is the completion of Miles' arc to becoming a hero. This is Miles' story and needs to be told." Will Spider-Man, Miles Morales be released for the PS4? Although Spider-Man, Miles Morales is a next-gen game and designed for next-gen, it will release on PS4 and PS5 simultaneously. How much will Spider-Man, Miles Morales cost? Despite ongoing conversations about a next-gen price increase, Spider-Man, Miles Morales will only cost $49.99. You can also purchase an Ultimate Edition, including Marvel's Spider-Man, remastered on PS5 for $69.99. Will Spider-Man, Miles Morales be transferable from PS4 to PS5? If you can't purchase the PS5 at launch, but don't want to waste your money, don't worry. Any purchase of Spider-Man, Miles Morales on PS4 will also secure you a free copy of the game on PS5. What power will Miles have in Spider-Man Miles Morales? Besides the classic superhuman agility, unmatched senses, the ability to climb walls, and web-shooting powers that come with being bitten by a radioactive spider, Miles has a few other tricks up his sleeve. We saw in the above demo that Miles will be granted his Venom strike ability, letting him use some form of electricity in combat. Miles also has access to his invisibility. This will allow him to briefly disappear during combat with the time shrouded, being limited by a gauge found on the upper right. Story. The exact plot of Spider-Man, Miles Morales remains a mystery, but Insomniac has revealed a few story details to set the scene. Spider-Man, Miles Morales will take place a year after the original game and it will open up during the winter time. A war between the Rockcon Corporation and a criminal enterprise Cal has broken out in Miles' hometown of Harlem. You might know the Rockcon Corporation from the MCU as primarily a name drop. They're mentioned in multiple Netflix MCU shows either as a part of a hero's origin, such as being the company that gave Daredevil his abilities. The Underground is an unknown quantity, but their leader, the Tinkerer, is a big-time Spider-Man villain. In the comics, Tinkerer is a genius inventor who bolsters the arsenals of nearly every villain in the Webslinger's Rogues Gallery. He's worked with marquee villains like Mysterio, Vulture, and Black Cat. Tinkerer's inventions are second to none. Their appearance in Miles Morales seems to come with some changes. Namely, the Tinkerer seems to be a female character now and much younger. That being said, the character we see in the trailer is wearing a mask. Perhaps there's an old man behind that covering. Given the time skip, Miles is 16 years old since he's 15 in the original game. Miles' mother, Rio, has seemingly begun to make political leaps. As seen in the latest trailer, Rio is seen campaigning for a position in the city council. The snippets of Miles fighting baddies and web swinging that were also featured in the trailer make Miles seem like he's an absolute veteran. There's no hesitation or nervousness in his expression or movements, which suggests he's been honing his skills every second that has passed between the two games. Is Peter dead in Spider-Man, Miles Morales? No. According to a PlayStation blog post, Peter is alive and kicking. Many of you fans have wondered if Peter Parker is okay. Don't worry, we still have much of Peter's story left to tell, says Horton. But Peter Parker might be stepping down as New York City's friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. The opening scene of the trailer features Miles remembering a pep talk that he and Peter once had while he's in the middle of a battle.
A hero's just someone who doesn't give up. Your dad said that. He was right. Now it's your turn. Go be a hero, Miles.
That suggests gamers won't see much of Peter in Spider-Man, Miles Morales. But what happened to him? Will he be in need of saving and Miles is the only one up to the task? Or will Miles and Peter be more of a tag team? We have to wait to know. Thanks for watching the video, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, have a great day.